All right. So we'll talk real quickly about this interface and then we'll start making stuff because you want to see the video, right? Yeah. So the very first column in that view, take ID. It's your page number. If the switcher wants a particular graphic to play, it's going to send a ROS-talk command that's take and then the number of the page. We can, from the switcher, tell it, hey, I want it to play on this particular channel, on this particular layer, regardless of what is programmed in here. But usually we don't. We just like to send the take command. You cannot have two page numbers that are exactly the same. They're always unique. It won't, otherwise poor system is going to get confused. You got two graphics that are at page 15. Which one do I play? Your state is the column that's going to tell you whether the graphic is online, preparing, or is paused. It's just what state the graphic is in. The scene is a non-editable field. You can't edit that one. That's the name of the template that we haven't created yet, but that's your lower third. It'll be full screen. It'll be over the shoulder, whatever your template is. The name column, that one you can name. So this is for your operator, especially if you're always calling that graphic a specific thing. It could be, I don't know if you do your show scripting out in blocks, like A block, B block, you could give those names. So it's more for the operator. Doesn't change the way the graphic looks or behaves, it's just for the operator to keep sense of things. More often than not, you do things over and over again, like the sports world, I know numbers for particular pages. So my in and out for the hockey game that I'll be doing on Saturday, 111 is my lower third for the talent, 101 is for going in and out of breaks. I've got a custom keyboard to get the score bug on and off and power plays and all that stuff. So I've built all that stuff in because sometimes I can't remember numbers. Anywho, if you were to right click on any one of those, you can change the color of that particular line as well. So that one now take item, if you move down, so this is another thing for your operator to connect the dots as to what type of graphic it is. You'll notice there are groups. You see there's a group 1, 2, and 3. We just haven't named those groups, but you can right click on that group and change its color, and all of the items in that group will take that color. That group has a take ID. There's a page number as well, so it acts like a page. So if we needed a slideshow, we could have one particular group just loop through. We can do all sorts of other things while it's doing that, but that's another kind of cool trick. The content column. The only way you can edit that is down below in the template data. So depending on the page that you've got selected, so if you picked on any one of those that had text in it, go up one, down one, so the take item, there you go. You'll see template data is at the bottom, so you're going to see published objects. So I'm trying to use the right words so that they'll connect dots later on. So the idea is you as a designer can say, your operator can type text here, but not here. Or change the color, or change the image, or not at all. The way you control that is through publishing those objects. Okay. The transition in and out column, you'll see with the page that we got selected, you'll see there's a transition tab in your template data, or take inspector, and that gives you a way to animate in and out. You'll see two tabs at the bottom, one that says in and another one that says out. So you're able to do a different transition for whether the take item's coming in or out. Okay. The next column is layer. Just type in any number you like. That's your layer that it goes on. So the higher the number, the more it's going to be rendered on top of any lower layer. Just like key is on the switcher. Output, so if you click on that, you're able to change between frame buffer 1, 2, and 3. Frame buffer 1, obviously CG1, CG2, frame buffer 2, CG3, frame buffer 3. Kind of have to get around this. You have to get used to using the word frame buffer for the physical outputs. But really it is CG1, 2, 3. And we'll rename this because Matrox DSX LX doesn't mean anything. All right. The rest of it, start, end, duration, those are predefined by the template. So my lower third takes X number of seconds to animate in. That's how long it is. Starts at 0, ends at however many seconds it is. You've got a GWID. You don't need it. That is not for you. It's a gateway ID. In the newsroom automation world, we'll be giving it'll get a gateway ID, and that's what the automation system will use to tell the Xpression to play that page. So why is it there? It's just a default view. You right click up on the top of that. You've got columns, and you can pick and choose your columns. I usually turn off start, end, because they're always, the start's always at 0 usually. End is going to be the duration. So, and then I will turn on countdown. You can drag that column and move it all the way over to the state, between state and scene. There you go. So the idea now is I'm going to get a countdown. If you were to find that the one with the video in it, and you take that online, so either double click in another editable field or just hit the take key. You see it's giving you a countdown, right? Oh. So now your CG operator can yell out, hey, 10 seconds, 5 seconds, give you a countdown. Cool. All right, you do have a big A and a little a, so this is for the hard of hearing. So big A, there you go. Just makes it easier to read, especially if I was operating a one-man band here, I would want big letters so that I could see what I got. Now this view, I will get you to do this. I think this is training wheels for operators. So go ahead and hit X there, because I like to see what my outputs are doing. My scene manager, go and hit the pin icon. You see that there is a, yep, and do the same for the project manager. Ooh. So I'm now getting more space here. I want to save this now as a layout. So if you click on the blue icon to the right of where it says default.
Center top.
Yep. The one to the right of that. There you go. Type in something like, I wouldn't use a person's name. I usually go with functionals or like playout. Because when that person leaves, it's like, and it's an actual file that gets saved, so you have to go into the file system and delete that. So hit OK. Now you've got playout, and you've got a drop down to go to default. So you're never stuck. You can never mess it up to where it's like, I can't use it, just go back to default. It's kind of interesting to see how many people use it in different ways. Having a second monitor. What's that monitor over there doing?
It was for. I thought it was for CG before, right?
No, there was a Windows 7 for CG.
Yeah. Oh.
Is that for the Avid license server? PC?
We never used it. It's always just been.
I'm shit stirring.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so sometimes, if you can, if there's a big if, because obviously somebody has to hook that up. A second monitor on the computer actually does well. You can move stuff over. Gives you more room, like a big preview. So. All right. Let's go to layout. Oh, any questions there? So up and down arrows, blue take key. You can double click and you can right click on a particular item to set it online or take it offline.
When we're hitting take, it's not just going straight to although it is on program.
Because the CG's up. Yeah.
CG's on.
Yep. Yep. That's